Okay, so let's see how the sound is while I'm walking on the beach here in Ocean Isle, North Carolina, because today, frankly, was not a run day. Today was a walk day. So it gave me a chance to think and ponder and plan a little bit. And also, frankly, y'all, it's been kind of crazy out here because I walked all the way down the island, and on Ocean Isle, you gotta know we're a south-facing beach, and down on the end of the island, First Street is gone because it has washed away, and the houses down there on 3rd Street are no longer oceanfront. They're ocean-owned. The ocean is just right there on them. And so if you look back here behind me, you can see the houses are quite oceanfront now. The dunes have been flattened. And it certainly does make me proud to be a North Carolina realtor, because the realtors work with the coastal communities to support the renourishment process of the beaches and the dunes. And if you're some grumpy person who's going to start arguing with me about it, you're not going to win, because the coast is good for all of us. Frankly, it's good for me. It makes me much nicer to be down here because I love being at the beach. And a lot of y'all have come down here to visit our beaches, so you really ought to support what we're doing. In fact, you should always support your North Carolina realtors. Don't try to go it alone. You get yourself in trouble. But anyway, I was thinking about these dunes and the beaches, and then I was thinking about what's happening in 2017, because my good friend, the NAR president, Bill Brown, has as one of his major priorities that realtors become better investors in their own communities and in their own selves, frankly, and in themselves. Thinking about how they invest in real estate. Because if you're a realtor, frankly, you should not only own your own home, you ought to own some investment properties as well. So you might not know this, but I own a couple of properties down here with my husband. I mean, he's part of it too, but frankly, he just signs what I ask him to sign because he trusts me like that. Y'all can imagine probably what it's like to be married to me. So anyway, the first one we bought was a very small one. It's a street back. So if you ever wonder why I'm excited about hurricanes, hey John, it's because if the house across from me does wash away, I'll become oceanfront. So that would actually be fine. Hey Linda, you probably own something down here too, because, you know, it's interesting, I gotta mention this. North Carolina, we don't have dual taxation tiers on property. Now in South Carolina, I used to own a couple of properties in South Carolina, had to cut them loose because South Carolina taxes the dickens out of people who own investment properties. So we just invest in North Carolina. I mean, I live here, but also because if I'm going to pay tax money, I'd like to have it here in my properties. So my South Carolina friends, if y'all want to buy something, you let me know. We help you out in North Carolina. But anyway, we were scared to buy that first beach house because frankly I had listened to too many people tell me it was going to wash away and that it's, you know, too expensive. Well, I did some checking. Found out that the down payment was not as bad as I thought it was going to be on an investment property. And then the best part is, if you're like me and you're cheap, you can come to the beach at New Year's, woo, and let all the Yankees have it in the summer. Because I love my Yankees, you know, I married one. So all those Yankees pay full sticker in the summer. And what happens, y'all, is that what I get in rents in the summer makes my house cash flow neutral throughout the year. And what that means is I can donate it sometimes to good causes. I've donated it to the National Guard and to, let's see, Boy Scouts. Of course, I donated it to RPAC auctions because that's how we roll. And I got to stop walking and talking because I can't do both at the same time. But the thing is, y'all, that house is paying for itself. So by the time I'm ready to retire, I can do it. As realtors, we don't have a good reputation for that. We're great at making money, and we're also great at spending it. You're not saving very much. So you should be looking into investment properties. In fact, you might not even be a realtor watching this. I will talk to you about how you could use your IRA money, y'all. You've got IRAs. You could be using that to buy a beach house. And then you could use it a couple of times a year, but let other people use it and pay for itself. Well, then last year, because we had that one house figured out, we bought another one. Now, it was a foreclosure. It was a sad, sad house. It was so sad, y'all. Timmy called it the gray ghost. Timmy walked in, he's like, oh, Lord, Mama, it's the gray ghost. And so knowing it was the gray ghost, it needed a lot of love. So we bought it, fixed it up, and now it's called Blue Heaven because, you know, we're Tar Heels, and it's got a big Tar Heel thing on the outside. I just wish the Tar Heels weren't so daggum liberal anymore, but that's a different soapbox for a different day. but that house also pays for itself in the high season. So if that is making you feel a little overwhelmed, here's the thing. As a realtor, President Bill Brown has been working with Mark Gould and the professional development staff, and there's a new elective with ABR, that's the Accredited Buyer Representative designation, to teach you about becoming an investor and how to work with investors as a realtor. And that's a basic level class. Great place to get started. Now let's say you're an advanced realtor. Don't need the basics, you're good. You need to be looking at the CRS class. It used to be called 204, and it's building wealth. Now that is not for the brand new realtor, I will tell you. Brand new realtor, you can take it, but you're gonna get overwhelmed, I promise. But you, old guard, y'all need to be in there. I've taken it a couple of times and will take it again this spring because, frankly, I do not retain anything, and we know what CRS means to the public. But that's a 2-day class. It will teach you how to invest and how to help investors. So as the National Association of Realtors, we have 2 classes. You got a basic and an advanced. You need to take them. If you're a consumer, you need to be thinking about investing in real estate. Maybe you're not a beach house person, but I will tell you, it might be more affordable than you think. And maybe you need to invest at home, call a realtor. But I will tell you, I'm probably going to make some people mad when I say this. I wouldn't use a realtor to invest if they're not an investor, because I like people to know what they're talking about, to have lived it and eaten it, breathed it, and be able to speak it. So realtors, if you think I'm wrong, well, then go take the class. You're going to find out how much you don't know, and then you're going to go buy a property, and then you're going to thank me for it in a couple of years when you have some money because you have invested it in yourself and in your communities. So let's see. Oh, I know what else I was going to tell y'all. Obviously, I ramble. That's right, Wade. I know you're an investor and you're like 12 years old or something, maybe 14, I don't know. Wade is one of our younger realtors in the state. Brother's very successful because he's not afraid to invest the money that he has. Although I guess there's going to be a big expensive piece of ring joining your life at some point. I don't know, just guessing. But anyway, on next Thursday, which is January 5th, at 2 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to do a 1-hour-long Facebook Live. And that's free, of course, because Facebook is free for now for some pieces of it. And we are going to talk about the business planning you need to do for 2017. And it's not just for realtors. If you're a lender or a small business owner, or frankly just one of my past clients or regular person, there'll be some things you could glean from this as well. So join me for 1 hour next Thursday. Liz, you knew it was free. I can't charge for Facebook Live because I would if I could. But anyway, join me next Thursday at 2 o'clock, and I'll give you some tips and tidbits on how to not be working when you're 90 unless you honestly want to. But frankly, y'all, when you say you're working at 90 and you want to, you're lying. It's just because Walmart wasn't hiring. So let's find you a way to make some money and get in, get out, be part of your community. And that's it for this morning. I love y'all. Please sign up for some classes and sign up for that advanced class. All right, we'll see y'all.